Hello students, today we will start chapter 1.2A, concept of an arithmetic sequence. Before I introduce what is an arithmetic sequence, I would like you to complete the activity 1.1 with me. So let's look at the following questions. Now we have 4 sequences in question 1, and we are trying to complete the table. So the first one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And this is the second term minus the first term. Okay, means 4 minus 2. Okay, so we will get 2. And for this one, T3 minus T2, then we'll use the third term minus the second one. So we will still get 2 in these situations. Okay, and then for the others, the third one will be 8 minus 6, right? So we still have 2. Okay, and then for the last one, 10 minus 6, so you still have 2. So you found, okay, all are 2 in these questions, but we first complete all the questions first. So for the second one, the first is 5 minus 2, so we have 3 this time. And then 8 minus 5, then we have 3. And then similarly, 11 minus 8, and then 14 minus 11, we'll get the last one. Okay, and for this one, T2 minus T1 means you use the negative 3 minus 2. So negative 3 minus 2, then you will have negative 5 this time. And similarly, this will have negative type. And negative 13 minus negative 8, we still have negative 5 and negative 5. Okay, and for the last one, okay, first we get 4 minus 2. Okay, for the first one, so we have 2. Okay, and then for this one, we have 8 minus 4. This time we have 4. And similarly, we have 8 and 16. Okay, now we go to question 2. In each of the following sequences, is the difference between any terms and is preceding term always a constant? Means is T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, T4 minus T3, etc. always a constant? If yes, we put a tick, otherwise we put a cross. So for the first one, we found all are 2's, right? So correct. And for this one, all are 3. So we still have this, correct. And this, how about negative number? Is it correct? Okay, no matter whether it is positive, negative, and even 0, it is also a constant, so this one is also correct. And for the last one, you'll find that these 4 numbers are not the same, so this is cross. So here, actually, you already get some idea of what is an arithmetic sequence. So actually, an arithmetic sequence if there is a we call common difference. It means the difference between successive terms is always the same. It's always equal to the same constant. So in this situation, A, B, and C, these 3 sequences, they are all arithmetic sequence, but this is not. Okay? So let's go to some, understand more about that. If we look at the terms, like 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then this is, how to get the second term from the first term, you add 2, right? And how to get the third term from the second term? You still add 2 and add 2, you will get the next term. And in this situation, we call the common difference is 2. And on the other side, if you use 2 and then you could get the next term is -3, you will get -5. You minus 5, right? And then you minus 5 and then you minus 5 and then you will get the next term. So in this situation, the common difference is -5. Okay, so here we get an idea actually how to find the common difference. The common difference can always be found by Tn minus Tn minus 1. It means you use any term minus the previous term, then you will get the common difference. Then sure, here we get n should be greater than equal to 2, right? Because the smallest you have T1 only. Okay, so here we get 2 notes. The common difference can be positive, 0, and negative. Okay, you can imagine if it is 0, then actually it is a constant sequence. Like, okay, this is mentioned in the second one. The common difference is 0. Then because you add 0 to get the next term, and then you add 0 to get the next term, so okay, they will be the same number all the time. Okay, and then okay, how to get a general term? Okay, let's try to look at this. If we use A as the first term and D as the common difference, okay, then T1 is the first term, right? So this is A. And then we just mentioned, okay, if you have the common difference, then you use the first term and then you add the common difference, you will get the second term, right? So we have T2 equals to A plus D. And then T3, you use the second term and then you add D again, right? So you get A plus 2D. So similarly, here you can observe a pattern. If this is T2, then you have 1D to add. And if this is T3, then you have 2D to add. So if you get Tn, you will get n minus 1D to add. So this is exactly the same formula here. And this is very, very important. And the first, in this chapter, okay, we basically have 4 or you can say 5 formula to remember. Then this is the first one, okay? Just how do you remember this one? Okay, so now in this formula, actually you have 4 unknowns. You will notice that. Okay, the first one is Tn, the second one is A, the third one is N, and the fourth one is D. Okay, in the questions, basically you are going to find one of them. Okay, so we try to look at what information you have, and then what are you going to find. Then it will become more easier, okay, to handle. So let's look at the questions. Consider the arithmetic sequence. Okay, here is very important. It mentioned it is a arithmetic sequence, so there must be the common difference. Okay, so now for the part A, we are going to find the Tn. So we first remember the formula. Tn is A plus n minus 1D, right? So now we are going to find Tn, so the answer can be in terms of n. So do we have these two? Okay, you can find it, okay, from the sequence. So A is the first term, so which is 5. And D, you just use any term minus the previous one. Okay, you can use 11 minus 5, or you can use 17 minus 11. You will get the same answer. So 5 and 6 will be the first term and the common difference. Then we can find the Tn by the formula directly. So A plus n minus 1D. Because now we are going to find Tn, so the general term. So the answer will be in terms of n. Okay, just bear in mind in this. Then we'll get 6n minus 1. Okay, part B. Part B is to find the 13th term, means T 13. Then the answer should be a number instead of you in terms of the n, right? So we just find Tn in the part A, so we can just make use of the answer. Then you put 13 inside, then we get 17, 7. And then for the part C, we are going to find the kth term. Means we are going to actually find the n in this formula. So we just use tk. We set tk equals to 95 first, and then a plus n minus 1d becomes a is 5, n becomes k minus 1d equals to 95. Oh, sorry, I should not use this. I should use the answer found in part A. So we will get 6k minus 1 equals to 95. So we always need to look at what we have found, okay, in the previous part, okay, in order to just make it simple, and otherwise you need to do all the things once again, and then you actually spend some more time, okay, in doing the questions. So k equals 16. Okay, so here we go to the last example in this video. Now the 8th term and the 12th term of an arithmetic sequence are these two. So we just have these two information, right? So we just list out, okay, what we have. And here we go to find the first term, and the common difference means find A and D. So we first, okay, just remember Tn is A plus n minus 1d, okay? So now we get the 8th term equals to negative 28. Then we put the x into the n, so we get A plus n minus 1d equals to negative 28. Then A plus 7d equals to... Here we are going to find A and D, right? So I think you should be familiar with this, right? Two unknowns. So we just get this equation 1. That's why the questions will give you two information, the 8th term and the 12th term. And now for the 12th term, it is negative 64. So similarly, we get A plus 11d equals to negative 64. Then we get 2. And then we use 2 minus 1. Then we will have 4d equals to negative 36. So d is negative 9. Okay, and then we go to here. Then d is negative 9, so by 1 we will have A plus 7 is 28. So A is 35. Okay, then we just give the answer. Remember, forget the first term in sentences is 35. The common difference is negative 9. Okay, so now we just have part B left. For the 5th term, after we find A and D, actually this becomes very, very simple. So T5 is A plus n is 5 this time, minus 1d. Then we will have negative 1 here. Okay, get it? So today we just end here, and we'll do similar questions. Please complete the questions given in the Google Classroom. And tomorrow we will talk a little bit more in the properties of arithmetic sequence. So see you tomorrow.